socially skilled introverts have a place to where they can amplify their voice. Each day that you wait, you're sitting on your passion and you're not putting it out there, you're delaying your opportunities in the future. Can you get results? That's the big thing. Get results for the client and charge accordingly. Charge your conviction. What's up, y'all? I am Jay Britton. I help purpose driven introverts turn their skills, their passion, their calling into a business. And we're going to do it through podcasting because podcasting is here and it's here to stay. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tapping in. And today's episode is going to really hit home for those socially skilled introverts in those leadership roles. We're going to talk about how your corporate salary can turn into consulting fees. And the reason why I want to make today's episode this is because it's going to really resonate with you because we got to get over a lot of imposter syndrome. It's all about mindset. It's all about belief. If you're, 40, 35 to 40, 45, 50, you grew up thinking that you had to have a college degree, a corporate salary to be secure. But let me dismantle that. Let me debunk that right now. Right. I get it. I drank that Kool-Aid, but I didn't actually, finish it. I didn't complete college and I have a corporate role. And that's no flex. That's just, I'm being real. And not to get too off track, but the only thing that in today's age that they care about is, can you get results, right? Can you come in and get results right away versus theory and they have to ramp you up to get to a certain level.
I want to take a pause for a second and talk about your confidence, right? You got the experience, the results, the credibility, but when it comes to putting your voice out there, fear creeps in. Who am I to do this? Does that sound familiar? That's imposter syndrome, and it's keeping you small. My coaching is about breaking through that, helping you turn your expertise into content, conversation, and coaching that builds real influence in your industry. So if you're done hiding behind titles and ready to lead with your story, head over to connectingwithcreatives.com/coaching and let's get started. I'll see you soon.
I'll go into that on a different episode, but I wanted to give some context because you've been sitting on that purpose, you've been sitting on that passion, you've been sitting on those skills, and you've been boxed in. You felt like you had the answers to the test, but you didn't feel encouraged or you didn't feel empowered to move on it. So just think about this. Maybe you make 70 to 100K, right? That's your salary. Just think about that's your corporate salary. Maybe you have some bonuses. Maybe you have some commission attached to that. You're in that leadership role. Some organization is paying you to lead a team, to duplicate yourself, to move the needle, right? To get a return on an investment, to push the project forward. Just think about that. Somebody's paying you over six figures to do that. Why couldn't you do that on your own? Because you're lost in the matrix, because you drunk the Kool-Aid and you don't know what's possible. Just think about that. Let that set in, right? Somebody's paying you six figures to do a job. You get results. Somebody's paying you. And then they plugged you into that role or you developed that role. And the only difference between you and the business owners out there that are crushing it consulting is because they took the leap. Just think about that. Somebody's paying you to do a role, six figures. That's valuable. You are valuable because you get results. Just think about that. Let that marinate. Okay. Why would a company, hire you to consult? Because it's cheaper for them. It's cheaper. Just think about that. What if you're to consult with a company, let's just say for a month, maybe 2 months, maybe, 10, 15, 20K. Well, that's cheaper. That's cheaper to have this consultant that I don't have to pay their medical, dental, vision. I don't have to give them bonuses. I don't have to, manage them. They could just come in and do one job and focus on that and help our company get results. It's cheaper to work with a consultant that has experience and they get results. And companies will gladly pay a consultant money to streamline the process to get results. Maybe they need to move a project fast and their internal team doesn't have that experience. They don't know how to build the automations of the workflow. They don't know how to do certain things. They're not proven. They don't have the bandwidth. They need you to come in to consult and to supplement the workload. That's why a company would value a consultant, a coach to help boost morale, help boost productivity, help with leadership, help with financials, help with IT, you name it. Companies hire consultants all the time. Companies also hire speakers to come in to speak on the subject to help leadership, to empower leadership. That's why companies value consultations from experts like you. The only difference is you're not putting yourself out there as an authority figure. And what better way to do that than having your own platform to amplify your voice? So, for all you socially skilled introverts that are quiet on the Zoom calls, you're in the Google Meets and you're not contributing, but you have the answers and you get results and you hit the little side chat saying XYZ. Why? Because I understand, right? You, as a socially skilled introvert, you want to pick and choose where your energy goes and how you receive it, but you need to be the authority. You need to put yourself in a situation to where you're going to be able to serve others and also serve yourself. I know I can talk when I'm passionate about something, when I feel like it's reciprocated, when I feel like they're getting something from it, right? So that's why I know that socially skilled introverts have a place to where they can amplify their voice, right? So I want to encourage you, just think about, write down 3 to 5 things that you have done to get results for your company. And then ask yourself, research, will companies pay for those results? And I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you the answers to that test. Yes, they will. I done seen it. I've been a part of it. I listen to it often. I have one client. She's in a medical field, and she went around to different hospitals, and they will pay her to consult with their leaders, their producers, if you will. Right. So people will pay you to talk about a subject that you're an expert on, that you're passionate about. Because look, people want the answers fast. They don't want to do the research. You already have answers and you're a trusted source. That's why podcasting is so important. It's so important. Even these solo episodes are so important. So when companies reach out to me or whoever, whatever, decision maker is in that organization, they're going to go back to these early episodes and be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's been on this. He was talking about this. He's really passionate about this. He's really knowledgeable about this. He's living it. He's doing it. Okay, yes, we will pay him XYZ. Yes, we're going to have him on this episode. Yes, we're going to collaborate with him. Yes, we're going to partner with him. That's how powerful it is. But you have to be able to create the space, right? And the resume, the portfolio online to do it. You have to be able to do that because let me tell you, those event coordinators, right? Since we're talking about consulting, speaking, they're looking at your website, they're looking at LinkedIn, they're looking at, whatever you have in your bio, and they're doing their due diligence to see if you will be a good fit for that industry, for that topic. And they're making budgets. For example, they're making their budgets for next year right now. So if you're not producing content on a regular basis and being an authority figure in that industry, you can forget it. And each day that you wait, right, because you're sitting on your thoughts, you're sitting on your passion, and you're not putting it out there, you're delaying your opportunities in the future. You're delaying it because you're not. You're not in action. You're not putting things in motion. You're thinking stuff is gonna be perfect. But if that's you, you need clarity. If you need a strategy to get your voice amplified, right? If you could talk all day about a specific subject, but you don't know how to navigate the podcasting lane, industry, space, you don't know how to navigate partnerships, that's what I'm here for. I am your guy. I am your coach. Coach JB. That is me, right? That is me. I haven't used that in a minute. I used to use that. They used to Coach JB when I was a strength and conditioning coach. That might come back. That might come back. But I definitely wanted to come on to drop this episode in real time because I know it's powerful. So let's talk about taking your corporate wins and translating them into client. So, say you work for a big organization and you guys had a big campaign that you were the leader, and you spearheaded that project from beginning to end. You made sure that everything got executed. You came up with a strategy. You can position that. You can talk on a high level, on a micro level of how you got results for said company. You can leverage that as a case study, as social proof to show the company that wants to collaborate with you, right? That wants to purchase your services, your business, your consulting fees, your coaching fees, and say, hey, I did this, and I got this results. And if we do XYZ, we can get the results for you. This is my fee. That's essentially how that works. That's how that works. And it sounds simple because it is simple. Are you gonna get every opportunity you desire? No, you gotta shoot your shot, baby. So the biggest thing is like, Jay, like how can I determine what to charge? Do a little research. Just think about this. While you have your 9 to 5, just think backwards. How much bandwidth, what is your availability to consult with these type of, customers or clientele, right? Is it an hour every 2 weeks? Or what is it? How much time are you willing to commit? And can you get results? That's the big thing. Get results for the client and charge accordingly. Charge your conviction. Ooh, charge your conviction. Charge your conviction. I like that. Let's go. So whatever you feel convicted, like if you're used to making, like I say, your 6 figure salary, charge that. What is that monthly? What, 8K? Charge that. Charge 10K, right? Charge 10K. Hey, it's 10K for me to consult. You get XYZ in this package, you're gonna get this result. I'm available via email. We can hop on a call weekly until this project gets done. My fee is 10K, and you got to stand on it. Think about that. Somebody's paying you already to do that. Somebody is paying you a 6 figure salary. If you break it down by month, they're already paying you that. So all you have to do is position yourself, organize your calendar to be able to consult and coach with your clients. You got this. You work from home, you work remotely, you got flexibility. All right. So if you need help with that, I'm here. Make sure you apply below to my one-on-one coaching, and we go work on a strategy that fits you. Well, back to this. So I honestly, and I've been a part of deals to where this is, this is the rate, this is what it is, and that's what it is. Don't think like an employee. Think like a business owner. Think like a coach in consulting. The company that's hiring you, they're talking to you is because they need results. They need speed and they need results. And they're going to pay for that. They pay top dollar for that. If they're reaching out to you because internally they can't do it in a time frame that it would cost for somebody to get ramped up to do the job internally, it's not efficient. So that's why they're coming to you, is because you're in demand and you can deliver results. You can deliver them results, and that's what they're paying for. Remember, speed and results. Speed and results. Speed and results. That's what people are paying for, right? So I want to empower you. If it scares you, If your fee is 5K, 10K, 20K, and you're able to give them results, charge them. Don't flinch. I know I'm here to coach you through. I'm here to big bro you. Right, right. I've been there. I've done it. But that's one thing. Sorry, Kona barking at somebody at the door. But that's one thing I think that I've never been. I never had any type of. Hold on, Kona, shut up. Yeah, edit that out. But I've always shot. I have always shot for the moon. Uh, and me shooting for the moon will get you there. Somebody's not willing to pay, that's okay. Maybe there's some flexibility, maybe there's some negotiation. Maybe this opportunity is like it looks good on a resume, but charge your conviction. Charge your conviction. Okay. So like I said, I have availability for coaching. My time is very limited, and I'm only working with people that are socially skilled introverts that need help amplifying their voice through podcasting. And if that's you, let's see if we're a good fit in this season. All right. If this resonates with you, make sure you share this with someone. Share this with someone that's been sitting on their gift for years. They haven't moved on it, but they have the proof. They have the experience. They have what it takes. They just need to execute on putting themselves out there in a way that's going to resonate with them, their passion, and their purpose. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.